Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again. Got quite a few colours on. Gonna do a nice wintry, summery scene. Sort of a bit of everything really. Gonna do a mountain, so I've got my blues, and then I'm gonna do a bit of a waterfall as well. So we need a few colours. I might actually get a little bit of black as well. Just thinking about that. So I've got a nice dark. So I've got some black, blues, like ultramarine blue and a sea blue, or you could use cerulean blue. Got two greens, sap green and phthalo green, yellow ochre, lemon yellow, got a little bit of burnt umber there, and some red. Thinking about rocks, so it's going to be all sorts. I'm going to start with a bit of blue, the two blues, the ultramarine blue and the sea blue together, a bit of white. Make a nice sky blue. I'm going to give my paints a quick spritz and then we'll get cracking. Whoops. And we'll start our painting with a little bit of blue sky here up in this area. A little bit of the blue sky. Nothing but blue sky shining on me. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing during this. Here we go. Let's keep painting, not singing. Here we go, a little bit of this, a little bit of light in my blue down here. I'm going to use brush strokes a bit. I like using brush strokes, a bit more blue there. A bit here as well. And then I'm going to start putting some cloud shapes in. So what I might do is into this blue, a little bit of black. And I want it to be a little warmer, so a bit of red, a bit of blue, a bit of black. I'll start putting in some cloud shapes. Again, looking at the shape of the clouds, and them to come through. I don't mind too much if it goes over some of the blue. I need a bit more of the colour. I'm just mixing a bit more of the colour. It's not quite as good. I need a bit more red in it. It's quite dark though, which I like. This. Try and get that shape. So I can go over this blue a little bit with the cloud, just to bring it together a bit. Okay, and then I need some white. I'm going to go for a bit of a white in this grey mix, and then I'll start pulling out some of the clouds a little bit. I can use my finger to smudge it a bit. So I can start building it up and then picking areas out. And then smudging it. Bringing it together. Looking at the areas that are a bit darker and making sure they are darker, and areas that are lighter, bringing them out. It's just a game of light and dark and trying to make it continue to look like clouds. So it goes through there. Now I can start going a bit lighter. So I use a bit more paint and do more brush strokes. Try and get them shapes as well. It's like a bit of a sort of a shape like that for the cloud. Trying to get them shapes. I'm just making myself a dark again for this bit here. A bit more blue in it. I'm going to go a little bit darker around that bit. And you can start picking out areas you want to be a bit darker. Like to show that bit of cloud, I want to get a bit darker there and then a bit darker underneath. Because the dark areas show the light areas. And down here as well. Okay, I think that'll do. I think we've captured a nice bit of sky there. I'm going to put a mountain in front anyway. So I'm going to get my mountain mix. I'm going to use a bit of blue and red, a bit of black. That could be my mountain mix. I'll have a nice mountain sort of here. So it goes up to there. And I'm not worrying too much about the clouds that I've already done. I'm not going to worry about that. And maybe there's another one up here. I've got a few now. Of those mountains in the distance, because what we're going to do then, as I'll paint some of it in, I'm going to have some land along here and then some water sort of splashing down there. I'll put the dark in now because then it'll be dry, and sort of going along here and then splashing in there as well. Just imagine that's running up to there. So we'll have two waterfalls, and then here the water can be maybe there's a spill over there into this one, and then that falls down there. And we can have like rocks and stuff here. And on this side, rocky area. And like grass going down to it. So something like that. And then I can make the decision of where I want the light to come from. I'm going to just paint these bits in now while I'm waiting for that background to dry. I might as well imagine what it would be like. A few rocks here. Rocks up there. Big rock there. Have sort of a grassy bit there. I'm just grabbing some green, quite dark, but black and green, really dark. Do all the darks now, and then I can put lights in. Green there. Green there. And then maybe it comes down like that. And on that side as well, some green. But I'm going to do this a bit like the Lake District in England, where you see the mountains in the background with snow on them, and the ground is grassy and green. It's quite amazing, really. It's a really beautiful place. It's a place I need to go again. Need to enjoy it again. I've been a couple of times, but more rock up there. Rocky areas. It's coming together, isn't it? Starting to. I like building the painting up. It's good to build things up, and then you're less likely to have too many errors if you spend a bit of time messing around and building up the darks. I can't say I always paint like this though. I just paint differently all the time. Sometimes you want to put the darks in and then enjoy putting the highlights in. Sometimes I can't help myself and I'm putting highlights in straight away. Bit of a rocky area there. And there. Okay, I think that background should be dry now. So I'll use a different brush. I'll use a clean brush. And I want a bit of white. It's quite dry because it's coming to the end of the tube. It's quite a dry white. I want a little bit of yellow ochre in it. Get that warm sunshine colour. More white. There we go. It's almost like a cream colour. And we'll have this mountain. It's going to be there. The shape of it going down. This bit as well. Because there's going to be a bit of shadow on that one side and a bit on this one as well. We can have that one there. And then we've got this mountain over here. Make sure it's got some colour on it. Some nice white. Just want to brighten that one there. Maybe there's another piece there with a bit of light on it. And then what I want to do is put a shadow side on. So I'll use a blue and white. Blue and white, and I can on that side. You can do these quite quickly, really, because they're really small. Bring that one together a little bit. That looks quite good. Good set of distant ones. Gonna put a bit more dark there just to separate that. Bit of a mountain there. Yeah, quite like that. Now, just to make it, what I might do, kind of want a bit of a mist. Got a little bit of blue and white here. I'm just going to put it on and then sort of smudge it and create a bit of a mist along the base. Because it's quite far away, so you do want it to have a little bit of a mist to it, and then you can always leave the top parts so they've got a little bit more bit higher above the mist, so they're not catching the mist as much. But that sends that area quite far back, and then we can put our land closer. It's all a bit of trickery, really, isn't it? So I get some of this yellow and green, and we can start putting some grass on this. Create these angles on the grass as well. Some areas can have a bit more yellow ochre in them. Slowly bringing this out. More yellow ochre on that bit there, and I can start thinking about where I want more light as well. The more I start putting this I can get a little bit of the phthalo green as well, a bit of the yellow, a bit of the red, a bit of the phthalo green, Yellow ochre. Can make a really strong green. I can put that in places. Something like that. Got some nice bits of grass. I just sort of push my brush up a little bit and I can get a bit of a grassy effect. Just sort of dragging that. I'll just show you that again. So you just push up the brush a little bit as you sort of put it on the side, and you can get a bit of a grassy effect. Just for the closer area, really. I'm not too fussed about the distance, because then I can just tap it along. Start building that up. So I'm going to put in some water as well. So I'm going to use this smaller brush. I'm going to use a start with a blue and white, and then I can highlight it all afterwards. So I'll start with this one, and then I can move up the colours. So if the water's sort of coming this way, I can have it going. That down, and then it flows around here and comes down there. Goes down here, flows down, and then bigger waterfall here. And I can use a little bit of a lighter colour and sparkle this bit here. Maybe a bit more sparkle in that bit. More white water. And that bit there as well. And then it comes down here as well. Oops, got a bit of green in that water. And then I've got some water coming over there, it's just spilling over into there. Some of the water just spilling over that way as well. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I think some of that, this bit needs a bit more going off. That's a bit better. And that rock area here is sort of in front of that bit, and then got this bit of rock there. Some rocks in front here and there. And I can highlight some of the rocks as well. A little bit of the yellow ochre and a bit of the red, yellow ochre, a bit of the brown, a bit of the white. I can use this colour and I can highlight some of these rocks on one side here. Bit of a natural area, natural building of a waterfall. I'll have a little bit of a glance in, but a light hit there, not too much actually. Bit of light on top of those rocks there. And this bit of rock here, we can build that up as well. Okay. Using a little bit of black and just creating some shapes in amongst these rocks. Okay. Now, I want that water. I want to get that water. I want like a greeny, sort of greeny blue. A nice. That might work actually. Like greeny blue. I tend to put the water in without any white, and then you can get a bit better depth in your water. As soon as you start adding the white in your colour, you lose that deepness in water. So let's imagine this is fairly deep that it's flowing into. That's quite good. Just let that dry a little bit. And we can start building that up a bit. So I need to get this going a bit better. And that needs to go like that. For that flow. And then I want to start get some yellows and greens, some greeny colours, and use this brush and start creating some land. And some grass on here. These different areas of grass, a bit of light on them. Of course, I don't want all everywhere to be the same. Some of it kind of a bit more colour to it. It's getting a bit more water down this bit of grass, so it's a bit stronger. A bit of a stronger green. So I'm going to look a little bit now at just get some more shape in there. I think it's a little bit too a bit dark in places. Just to break it up a little bit. Kind of gives some of the area a bit more of a flow, really. It breaks it a little bit. Sort of a yellow ochre area. Yeah, something like that. Looks like quite a nice place to go for a walk. I think maybe there would be a reddish bit. So try and put a bit in one place and then you can kind of put it in another as well. Anyway, I'll do for that grassy bits. Nice mountains and a waterfall, some grassy area. Now I want to develop the water a bit. I'm going to use a liner brush. I can it's all flowing down and it's coming out. Coming all the way out here. So you get that depth of the water. You put your highlights on it on the top. It just makes it that bit better. Something like that. Some of that ground needs a bit more shape to it. I want a few more rocks in amongst it as well. Some of these rock areas, a bit there as well. Yeah, that looks a bit nicer. Lots of like little rocky bits, and then there's bits that have catch the light. Certain areas of green is just breaking down it. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I've got the mountain with the waterfall and some rocks and some grass. And could add a few trees. I think that's what it's missing, really. Could get some really dark green. Maybe I could add like a tree there. Maybe another one there, sort of smaller. And we can have that light going that way to shadow it a little bit. Maybe another tree there. Maybe I could have another one there. Yeah, that looks a lot better. The tree just needed a few trees, didn't it? A bit bigger there. Maybe I could have a few there in the distance. Maybe one right there. Yeah, something like that. That works a lot better. So I think I'll call that one finished. As it dries, should look a bit better. Anyway, there you go. There's a fun little painting of some mountains and a few trees and a waterfall, and had a bit of fun. So thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.